right. Whoop. Took it away again.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm Stacy with Masterpiece Jewelers in Daytona Beach, Florida. And I'm joined by my sister, Tracy.
Hi, good to see you all tonight.
And she is an award-winning jewelry designer, as am I. And tonight, she is going to be designing a piece of jewelry from scratch while we all watch. And she has been doing that now for over 3 years, every single Thursday night. That is a lot of design ideas, and yet she has pulled another one out of her amazing brain, and so we're going to get to see that tonight. Before we do that, let me go ahead and tell you about what we are going to be giving away this evening. It's going to be this sterling silver and cubic zirconia necklace valued at $100. And all you need to do to enter the drawing is to share your Facebook feed. Share this to your Facebook feed and then comment shared in the comments section. That will get you one entry into the drawing tonight. Now, secondly, if you'd like to increase your chances, then you would tag your Facebook friends in the comments section and you'll get one entry for each friend that you tag, which can be up to 10 people. So it's pretty impressive, the amount that you can get to, and we will announce the winner of this before the end of the night. So are you ready to go forward, or would you like me to do another message?
Do you have anything up there about what we have going on at the store by any chance?
Should.
Well, that's okay. We can get started and you can share that all at the end. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay,
here
great.
we go. I have one. I don't know why they didn't load. I must have loaded them onto the wrong program.
I understand how that is.
Surprising. There we go. All right. So one of the things that's going on, in fact, the thing that is going on this week is our free pearl diving, where you, with any purchase, you get to pick from our tank of oysters, and inside is a free lustrous genuine pearl, and that is yours to keep. We also give you a free pearl cage necklace. And how many? We have several to choose from, right, Trey?
Oh, we do. I think it's 8 or 12.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so and that is going on tomorrow, which is Friday, March 1st, and it's going on Saturday, March 2nd. So you do not want to miss this unique and neat event that we have, and we don't know when we will have it again, so you don't want to miss out. All right, are you ready to get started with the show?
Yes.
All right,
And just to let you all know, too, very soon, Clay will be here. I think it's March 18th, Monday. Oh my gosh, there it is. And we'd love to have you join us. If you haven't already signed up, there still is some room. So just call us and we will get you on the list. That's absolutely free of charge and such a great experience.
And I'll talk just briefly about that again at the end, so that if you are interested in attending that, you don't miss out. So, all right, let's go ahead and bring you in. What? Or is everything okay, Tracy?
Yes, I've just got it up, so I was just waiting to see.
Okay, if I got it.
Because I don't see it on my side, so.
That is correct.
Okay, so I thought it was appropriate to do something for this terrible weather again. I know we should be happy. I know my lawn I cut my lawn this week and it got fertilized. So I know that it was really needed to have this wonderful rain, but still it's raining again.
Yes, it is.
So that's kind of what I thought I would do. Just a little design to help us with the rain.
Okay, plus it's an adorable design.
Thank you, Stacy. So let's go ahead and start with our wires. And I'm going to bring this piece of wire in. This is a great piece of wire. If we get close to it, let me pull it back down here. You can see that it is a half round wire. It's round on the top and flat on the bottom. Well, we are going to change that to an absolutely round wire, and I can do that over on the left-hand side under the profile shapes. So I'm going to click it and turn it into a round shape. There we go. And I'm going to make that round shape 1 millimeter by 1 millimeter. Let's see, we're almost there. So it's 1 millimeter high and 1 millimeter wide. Oh, that's the end cap. Put that back to where it was. Let's go here. It's the width that we're working at right now. And we're turning that into a number 1. Got it. Okay, so this is a nice piece of wire. You can almost feel it, can't you? It looks so solid. Let's go ahead and lengthen that wire. And we're going to lengthen it a little more by expanding that control area. So we are going to go ahead and make it maybe about 15 millimeters long. There we go. Okay, it's so funny. Today I was building something and I had to call the company to make sure I had the right size on it. And since it was so big, I measured it as 1 7/8 inch. And so they gave me a measurement of 51 millimeters. And I'm like, I should have used millimeters, but I used inches, and I had to ask them to equate which one it was. So it was about 2 inches. It was about 2 inches. Okay, so we have expanded this to a longer piece. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a little round piece, like a crescent moon piece of wire. Bring that in right now. We are going to give it a little twirl, and actually we might not have that first wire long enough when I see this piece next to it. Let's go back in and make that a little bit longer. Why don't we make it 20 millimeters?
Woohoo!
20 millimeters, just as a pure guess because of my earlier situation, is probably about 3/4 of an inch. I could be wrong. I'm just absolutely guessing at this point. Well, it went all the way to 18.5. Let's do that instead of expanding that control again. We're going to come into that half round piece, and let's go ahead and we are going to get that to a shape that we like, a little bit more deeper shape. So we're going to do that. And now you can see it's much wider than the first piece we started with. I'm going to go ahead and turn that into 1 millimeter. I have a feeling somebody soon is going to get an idea of what we are going for here. And the other height of that, we're going to turn that into 1 millimeter. And we are going to go ahead and push this right on over, pull it down a little bit. Of course, mine does not look like this. I have a new one, and it has a unique round end to it, or oval. There we go. Just connecting that up. We'll get it.
No guesses yet. I'm sure someone will be coming out with one very soon.
Lisa Regioni, I don't know if she's on yet, but she often is a quick guesser.
Yes, she is. And Margarita also is.
That is very true. So we're going to come in and we're going to grab a scroll. And I'm going to grab this little piece here. I love this piece. I've used this for so many things. And we are going to take it and move it up to the top and give it a little bit of a twirl. We're going to go about 180 degrees. And let's take a look at that from all angles. I think we could make that a little longer, and we would just do that. Actually, we can make it the overall shape, maybe just longer. So let's make that longer. Excuse me, and push that up to the top. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a little long. Maybe not quite so long. There we go. That looks good. And we are going to tilt this a little bit. So we're going to pull it up and we're going to tilt it back. Oh, I see Margarita is got the right guess there.
Yeah.
You are so right. Because how many times have we needed this year? Much more than we've had to have it in the past. I think
down here
for this time of year. My son, he likes to bicycle, like a racing bike, and he has had the hardest time getting out on his days off to use that bike in that capacity. Okay, so there we are. We're starting with our umbrella, and I'm going to take this initial half circle, and I'm going to make it not quite so long. And we're going to see if we can't pull that in a little bit also. Oh my, that's craziness. That is much better. I think we're going to still try the inside length a little bit. Okay, but let's pull that in a little bit more. Oh,
this is really...
Well, that's what my umbrella looks like.
Oh, that's true. It does. It has that shape.
Uh-huh. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we are getting there. A little at a time. I think we were going the wrong direction the whole time.
Oh, all right. That would make sense, right?
There we go. It still seems kind of long. Ah, there we are. Just
Ta-da.
a matter of finding the right combination. There we are. Perfect. Okay. So now with this umbrella, let's give it a little bit of a curve to it. So we're going to click on the little box there, and we have got the bending tool. Thank you. The bending tool out. Let's go ahead and move that down a little bit. And let's see if we can't give this a bend to it. Let's take a look at that and see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that is much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the bend tool off. I'm always afraid I'm gonna hit it and suddenly we're gonna be bending more. And let's go ahead and duplicate this piece and bring it on over to the side. So it's always fun to move this, so just bear with me here. We're going to do that.
Oh my heavens.
And
it's a backwards rake.
And we're going to turn this here. And then we're going to pull it out some more. We'll get there eventually. This is one of the hardest things to do. We are so off-kiltered at this point. Then we have to give it a little bit of a tilt here, I think.
Well, this is how...
And give it a push.
Tracy shows you how things can get off the rails, and she gets them right back on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this... Even though I had done this earlier, I don't know if anybody saw the picture of Bob and me working this morning. We had to keep moving it around till we got it right because I knew it was going to rain today.
That was pretty good.
Yes.
You showed up with an umbrella.
I did. I showed up with an umbrella on the show. Okay, well, we're almost there. It always cracks me up. There we go. We're getting there.
Now it's a little bit of a lampshade.
I know. Whew. Push it back down this way.
We're getting a Rorschach test.
I mean, if you really, Stacy, if you were in my shoes pushing it around, you would really see.
Well, did you see Margarita said, don't get stressed out. You always do a fabulous job.
Oh, thank you, Margarita.
Leader for you.
Thank you. No, I didn't see that because I don't really get a chance to look too much. Generally at the comments, I did happen to see you say umbrella, but that was because I think I was waiting for it to save. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
I better save it. Oh, we're finally getting into position here. Finally. Let's see. Let's pull it back to normalcy. There we go. Okay, that is starting to look good. I hope it will all look pulled together by the time we are done here tonight.
Is it a Tiffany lamp?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what an umbrella could look like.
Yes.
Okay, and then now what's so nice is once we get that particular piece over here in place, we can go ahead and just click the button up at the top and move it to the side. Yay!
But did it?
Yep.
Oh, look at that. It did like a happy.
Yay! Yep, so it's starting to look like an umbrella. Now we could either do 3D or we could just make it flat on the back. I'm going to try to do 3D, but if it takes a few minutes to do it like it did that, we might decide to do something different. So let's go ahead and pull it all the way through. There we go. Did it pull it down or all the way through? I don't know why sometimes they're so hard to move. Okay, and then we're going to give it a little turn. Okay, I think it's this one here. There we go. Let's turn it all the way 180 degrees. Oh, we're almost there. Now we're on the back side of it, which is always a lot harder to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I love when it just clicks and goes where it's supposed to. You might be saying, why don't you polar array it? If you've watched this before, polar arraying, for some reason, it thinks the piece is upside down and it polar arrays around these bottom pieces. So the polar array didn't appear to work at all, which is very unusual because that's what I would think. And polar array is when you take a design and it goes in a perfect circle, oval, around your center point. But it doesn't seem to know its center point here. So,
right, and that's the problem you have on the back of some of these designs, right?
That's true.
It somehow gets turned around in the, dare I say, mind of the program.
Exactly. Okay, so as we can see, I have now, because doggone it, we're just going to go back to where it was. It didn't duplicate.
And both Margarita and Melinda would like to remind you to save soon.
Thank you. I think this is where we were, so I'm not going to save. I believe this is where we were at. Let's duplicate that piece. And now we're going to go ahead and pull it onto the other side. I don't know if I just didn't click it or what, but it did not duplicate originally. Okay, let's get this little guy in place here. Let's see if we put it this way, if we can just turn the piece right where it's at. Let's give that a shot and see. That might be our easiest way, or it's going to look ridiculous. I don't know. As you can see, it's going, it's concave instead of convex at this point. Let's go ahead and give it a 180-degree turn in that spot and see if that will do what we're wanting. Not bad, not bad. We're just going to push it out, give it a twist, and push it out to the edge, and I think that will do it. There we go. We're getting there, looking more and more like the back of an umbrella.
Which is what we're going for.
Yes. Which is also like the front of the umbrella. The umbrella
That's
does
right.
not know which direction it wants to expand in. So, okay, so let's make the middle section here a little larger. As you can see, it's not all connecting. And we are, once we find where that is, we will give it a pull. There we go. Okay, now I see it. And this is what we need to do. Give this a pull to make it a little bit wider. We are going to give this now a bit of a twist. Once I can find that spot, let's hope it's this. Yes, there we go. I probably have lost all of you as to what we're turning, as it is not easy to see. We do need to bring this a little closer in so that it all is connected. And let's give it a shot now. Let's see. We have to pull this back into place and pull it down. And I think we're getting there. It's just a matter of keeping moving things until we get them to where we like it. Let's take a look around. Oh, it's a little longer. Let's pull it up a touch. Oh yeah, now we're starting to look good.
Is it time to save?
Oh yes, it is. Thank you.
All right.
I hope, I'm wondering how many people have plans to do Bike Week over this weekend. Is anybody in the audience doing any Bike Week? And for those of you that are out of the area, we have just a huge Bike Week that happens every March. I guess it's March, isn't it? March is tomorrow. So every March we have a wonderful Bike Week.
What kind of bikes are they?
They're usually Harleys, but I think probably there's a lot of other ones. We have a great race too, I believe.
I meant versus a Bike Week sounds like maybe bicycles.
Oh, it's motorcycles.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we have got the outside shape of our umbrella.
And Margarita said no, she is not participating in any of the Bike Week festivities.
Well, that's good only because it's going to might be rainy.
Yes.
And it does get very busy. What do we have? About 50,000 people come into town, I think, for Bike Week.
That's what they say. And that is amazing.
It is. My husband used to have a motorcycle website way before. I mean, we're talking 25 years ago he started it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a passion of his. Sometimes he had a motorcycle, sometimes he didn't. And he still did it. He went, took photos, and that was called, and I think it's still maybe out there, bikeweekreport.com. But how many people did he have on his website?
It was millions.
It was millions, wasn't it? It was like 17 million people came
in 1 month.
In 1 month.
It's just amazing. Like that was at the very beginning of the internet, and a long time has gone by since then.
It has. Oh, let's see.
It was really fun.
Somebody said, Rick said 250,000 people are expected. What? Well, my goodness, my estimation was quite low on that.
That would double like the Volusia County area.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Well, Rick would know, too.
Yeah.
I'm not questioning what Rick's saying at all. I'm just shocked.
Yes, it's good. Oh, see, it's not duplicating. Oh, it did. Ignore me. So, it's probably human error.
Thank you so much, Rick, for correcting that.
Absolutely. That sounds so like so many more people.
Oh my gosh, that is just a stunner right there.
Okay, so I'm adding a little button at the top. I don't know. Now, Rick probably knows the name of what's at the very top of your umbrella.
I don't know what that's called.
I don't either. I said a little button. But, we all have a little top notch on the top of our umbrella.
That's right, a little metal part.
And then I'm going to decorate these with some stones. So let's go in, and we are going to use the shape of the umbrella, the metal there, to actually hold the stones in. So we're not going to look for a setting for it. We're going to have the jeweler just set it right into the shape that's there. There's plenty of metal to work with, and they can add some little prongs that are like they can just push that over. I forgot what I saw that this morning. I just don't have it in my mind what it is.
Bezel set?
No, where you can take and you push the metal over.
Oh, French?
It could be French. I'll have the name next time when I talk to everyone here. Okay, so we are bringing up the loose gem. Hopefully, I'm going to turn, I'm going to turn everything to yellow. So that, I think I'll turn the top to yellow and we'll leave the handle white for a moment.
That looks good. That's a little easier to pay attention.
It is.
You see what each part is.
And let's go ahead and make it why not make it a soft light green? There we go. And that way that's going to be a little more interesting instead of clear to see it move. We're going to go ahead and make this a trilliant shape. The question is round or straight? I did straight earlier, even though I had thought maybe round would be best. But it seemed to work good. So let's do this straight and then we can always change it if we have to. Okay, as you can see, this shape is not going to fit in this direction. So let's give it a turn around. 180 degrees again. A lot of 180 degrees tonight.
Yes, I can see that.
We're going to turn it and let's make that bigger. So we know one thing, it's going to have to be long. And the Warfords had clay cut specially designed trilliant shapes for the gazebo that we made for them. And so clay had to actually map out a whole different cut for their trilliants. So we are going to say that we would give clay this to cut out again. So we're going to make it 15 and we'll see if 15 by 3 is going to fit in here nicely. Let's take a look. Oh my, I think that's a little long. Okay, 15's a little long.
But that's an interesting shape. And when, since we have clay as our friend, I mean, it shows that we can do anything.
Absolutely. It's a luxury.
Yes.
It is a luxury. I'm telling you.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's try 10. See if that 10 millimeters is going to do it.
All right, here we go.
Honestly, I think we can go down a little bit more. I'm going to take these buttons off while we're working. Okay, and now let's try 8. That might be good. We'll see. And we can see that 3 is not going to be wide enough. So why don't we do 6? And see if 6 is going to be a good size, 6 millimeters. Okay. That might be. Let's go ahead and try it in its space.
I like how metal's going through the bottom of it.
I know. Yeah.
There we go.
And it's interesting because the curved trilliant would be good for the bottom, but not as good for the side. So I think I'm going to go with the straight. Now, if we could just get this to where I want it here so we can see it a little better. And if we look close and we put the grid in the background, I think we'll see that stone is going straight. It didn't look like it from the angle we were looking at before.
But it looks good.
It does. So I'm going to leave it there and we will have the jeweler just set it in perfectly. Let's take that grid off the background and let the piece turn again. Go on in and we will go ahead and duplicate this piece. There we go. And of course it duplicates into a nice clear stone. We have to give it that pretty green color.
But first we have to give it that red color.
Thank you, Stacy.
It's very unusual, but it happens every time.
Didn't we just do this?
Yes, we did. This is
click,
turning into a really
click,
cute. Oh, I'm done.
And click. We'll move that to the side. Maybe we will just move it the way it is and then click it afterwards. Okay, let's try it here. Click, click, and apply. Yay, it just didn't know which stone I think I wanted to change. And we're going to come in here and give that stone a turn. Pull it over to the side again. Come on over. Give it a twist. Oh my.
Oh, you gave it a twist, all right.
There we
This
go.
is really a difficult or challenging design.
It is. I
Tonight.
agree. And then, of course, everything is behind the red somehow. Okay, let's save real quick. We do not need our progress to be damaged. I didn't see it turn white, did you?
Nope, I saw nothing. Nothing happened at all.
Okay, let's see if we can see that from the side. Of course, it's on the other side.
Of course it is.
But let's bring it onto this side. There we are. Getting close again. And we've got those trillions in both sides. We can see that. Wonderful.
It's looking really pretty.
Thank you. And let's turn those green for the, oh my goodness, turn red first. There we go. And that's red. And now green.
Or white.
Well, we all saw me do it. So
We did.
let's go ahead and
We
save
saw it.
again. Let's do one at a time. Green, apply.
I like how you did it fast.
Isn't it interesting? It just...
why won't it?
I wonder if we do up here, accent stones. Let's see if it turns them green.
That would be interesting.
Nope. I'll turn everything green here and see.
And Teresa, by the way, says, what a beautiful umbrella.
Thank you, Teresa. Let's give it another shot with this one. Okay, we'll go back over here and apply. Okay, we got them green.
Look at that. Yay, and there was applause.
And now this one at the top is green, which is cute. That would be, I know
I'm
it's...
not against that. But of course, if the client is, and you're making it for them, then that's a, whole different thing.
Now I'm doing this to all of them. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Now those all turned to the, which is actually cute. Yeah, emerald. So everybody turn back to that light green. At least we know we can turn that later. And we're going to click these at the top and turn those to an emerald green. And we're going to apply and, oops, that's not red. Come on, little red. Oh, I think I just will leave it. Maybe one side will turn emerald green. Yes, so one side is emerald green and the other side is light green. Hooray. I'll pick my battles.
That's right. And you want something looking unique and bespoke. So
exactly. So I am going to duplicate the single one. And we're going to pull that on through. Let's take this and be done with it. There we go.
be done with it.
And we're going to give that a bit of a turn. It is confusing, isn't it?
It is. I don't know how you're keeping, experience.
Exactly.
But and people are so sweet. Nancy says, I like the emerald. And Terry Rinko says, cute umbrella.
Oh,
That's
fantastic.
so nice.
And is anybody else feeling that it has rained more than usual this year? To me, it seemed like it has, but I've been enjoying the rain a bit, but I was starting to want to see spring.
Right.
I got out, I cut grass for 2 hours on earlier this week, and it really felt good. So I was hoping to get more of that done over the weekend.
It was like you caught the one day that was
I did.
dry enough to do a fine job of actually cutting.
Yes. And I had 2 men that stopped and asked if I wanted them to cut my grass. One was going to do it for free, which I thought was so nice. And the other man was, I think he wanted me to pay him. But I love to cut the grass. So
Yes, she does.
I had to tell them both no. Okay, so we need to add, I'm going to bring this up to so we can see it again. So you can see what we're working on. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in, because right now, if it rained, we certainly would be getting wet through these long pieces here that are open. So let's go ahead and put a stone in there so that we can stay dry.
I didn't realize this was actually for use.
Oh, and we want to just put a single stone in. Let's go ahead and do that. Could you imagine if we were using this? Oh, wouldn't it be cute to have a little fairy?
Aw, it would be using it, right?
Mm-hmm. There is the stone right here. Let's go ahead and try to find this. There we go. We need to pull that up and give it a twist. Push it out so we can see it. We're getting it there. And I think this stone would be more considered Navette. Wouldn't you, Stace?
Yes, because of the shape that you have created. Well, right now.
No, what we're going to create in a second is
Okay,
going to be
good.
very long. And I think they would classify that as
Yes,
Navette.
when it's an elongated marquee.
And you probably have seen that on our Wednesday night show that Stacy shows the beautiful jewelry. I know we've had one on not too long ago.
That's exactly right. And it was the hematite one.
Oh, the
It
hematite.
was phenomenal.
Yes. Okay, so I made that 8 millimeters long also. And I just need to get that into position a little bit more. As we can see, it appears to be a little tilted. Let's bring it over a little bit and see where we're at. Let's take this out so we can see. I think it needs to now go down a little bit. If we get close, we can see it kind of hanging out there. So let's go ahead and put these back on so we can push it back into the gold. And it still needs to come over. I don't think it's centered. And the nice thing is we can do this and we can think we get it centered, but the company we use will, we probably would send these particular stones to them. Well, I shouldn't say that. You know how we did it with the Warford's piece is we got a resin made and I sent that with the measurements to Clay, and then he cut the stones and worked with the resin and the measurements to get it exactly the size that we needed. So no, it wouldn't. These stones would not go to Stuller. Right. These would go to our jeweler after the resin and the sizes went to Clay, and we got the exact stones we needed, the stone sizes. Well, now what would be great is if I could click click quad, and it would go to all of these. I don't believe it's going to, but let's see. Nope.
It went to 2.
It went to 2, yeah. But I think that might happen if we go side to side. Yes. Okay, so we will hold the side to side off and go ahead and put one of these pieces down below here after we duplicate it. And pretty soon we're going to have this completely filled in. Let's see, there we go. Duplicate. And let's double check. There it is. Let's move this over. I am hoping this is a little easier than it has been to move. Nope, that just flipped it. There we go. So where is the one to turn this? I think it might be here.
Well, the Warfords always say that you like a challenge, and you say that too.
I do. I have to say, I don't remember it being this difficult to do the Warford's piece with it. it polar arrayed all the time. It was great.
Right. And Nancy Denza says save.
Oh, thank you,
And
Nancy.
that is and she is a friend of Honora Horton. So.
Oh, yes, I remember
Mhm.
that. Okay. If only I could find my way at this particular moment. I think let's try this to get it flattened out a little bit more. We're getting there. It's just a matter of keeping moving until we get it into place. Get a little closer. Oh my. Let's see what this does. Yep, that seemed to do it.
Okay.
Pull it over a little bit. Give this a little turn. Now we need to turn it this way. Let's get down here. There we go. We're getting there. It's just a matter of working these pieces. Once we get this in, we can put it onto the side where it's missing, and it will be great. I love the thought of just slipping this right in the gold and having the jeweler make a perfect little edge to it to keep it in.
It is very sweet, Trey. I think this one is even cuter than the one you showed me.
Oh, good.
When you were building it earlier. And that's really saying something because I thought that was very adorable.
I'll tell you what, I made only a half one this morning when I was doing it. I knew the challenges, but again, like you said, I really do like a challenge.
Yeah.
It really is fun to challenge your mind. And as I can see this one here, which is on the other side, let's see what happens if I pull it. There's too much of a gap there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now taking this one back here, let's go ahead and see if we can't just hit the side and have it go over. Yay! I have to tell you, I am thrilled. Oh, there's one missing.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
It's
okay. It's right here. And we're going to hit that over to the side. Yes, we filled it all in. We've got our umbrella filled in. I love it.
Yay.
Let's go ahead and take the buttons and everything off there and see what we've got.
Lisa Regioni said, can you make that where it opens and closes?
Well, Lisa, it's funny that you say that because I can't do it tonight. I wish I could.
Yes.
I had a hard enough time moving these where they were supposed to go. Oops. Oh, the camera, that's okay. It's at a weird angle. So it's going to be backwards, I think. Okay, we'll turn it around. But I had been thinking about that. I don't see why you couldn't put some hinges on this little piece and maybe it would be able to go up and down. I think it would. Maybe. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, you couldn't make the gems close over. So I guess it's a no. You really couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it though, because I had been thinking about it earlier.
And, you know, hinges exist. We talk about them on the Wednesday night show, our online fine jewelry sale that's live on Wednesday nights. And we talk about how things that are hinged, like bracelets, are have much more value and are more difficult, and the designer cared more about the piece to do that. And so I was thinking, well, that could be done. But Tracy's right. You cannot bend the stones.
Yeah. I don't think you could bend the stones.
That was adorable. I'm sorry I spoke over.
Oh, that's okay. You know what? I didn't like it with the white handle.
Okay, so you had to fix that.
Yeah.
And Margarita says, can you put that like in a bracelet charm?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see how.
What a great idea.
We're going to stand this up straight and let's measure it, and we'll be able to tell you in millimeters how long it is. Okay, so this is a total of 24 millimeters. So I'm going to think that's probably around 1 inch, approximately 1 inch. So you can imagine how adorable and small this cute little
Oh, 1
umbrella
inch.
is. So yes, you could put a little bail at the top. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab a darling little bail and just slip that at the top. Do we want to have gems on it? Yes, why not?
Of course.
Let's hope this isn't overkill. We might have to go back to one of the others. Let's push it up and see where we're at. And if let me take this one off, because if you were going to do this on a bracelet, this is a little thick. I always like a little bit thinner one. Don't you, Stace, for a
Yes, I
charm
don't
bracelet?
like it to look clunky.
No. Let's see what this one looks like. What do you think about that, Stace?
Well, I think
Looks
to me,
clunky.
it looks like a donut.
Okay, let's do this one
I
then.
think I must be hungry for a donut.
I have to tell you, I had to make a long trip yesterday, and I stopped and got a donut, and I never,
Donnie's?
no, at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh my, yes.
Yep, I got it at Dunkin' Donuts,
You needed
and
something. It was a long, annoying trip.
it was quite a long trip for no reason.
Yeah, I hate those.
But that's what happens sometimes.
Yep.
And I saw one Dunkin' Donut. I saw 2 Dunkin' Donuts. I saw 3 Dunkin' Donuts.
And that was.
And then I saw a 4th Dunkin' Donut. And by that time, I was really hungry, and I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts. So,
That's a hoot.
it is,
Because you're really good at
I am.
avoiding those kind of things. But and I'm sure you were hungry.
I was.
Because I'm sure you didn't eat anything before you left the house, because you're like, well, I'm just going to run this errand and then.
Yeah. It was a lot of Dunkin' Donuts on the way. So let's go ahead and take a quick rendering of this. And this would be a little charm that could go onto a bracelet. I don't think we're going to have time to do it, but you could put like a little row of diamonds here. You could even accent a little row of diamonds down here. I love all of those ideas, but I see that it's 7:48. So
Right.
I don't think we can do all of those things tonight. So let's go ahead and render this one more time. Let me get it into some kind of a position, and then I'll leave it at that. And then if you want, I can change it to a couple different colors. Or I could probably add one little thing of diamonds, but it would only be to the front. As you can see, I just can't seem to move the things tonight the way, I think it really was the pieces I used. I think that's what it is. But I think it's a cute little piece.
Oh,
and I would
love
love to see that on a bracelet.
Yes, that was a great idea to put it on a charm bracelet.
Absolutely. I like it. So was there any ideas of color?
I do not see anything coming up.
Somebody had said a gender reveal.
Really? What are you reading that I'm not reading?
No, somebody in the store earlier today.
Thank goodness, because I was.
Let's see if we can change these ones that didn't change. So let's say you wanted to have a gender reveal, and you wanted to have it show that it was a boy, and maybe you were wearing it someplace. I don't know where. I was trying to think, where would you
grandparents' house?
Like you would give everybody one of these. They'd open it, and then you'd be like, yeah, it's a blue one for a gender reveal of a baby.
Boy, I would love to go to a party where they would give me a 14-karat gold emerald bracelet charm.
Yeah, I would too. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes. And Lisa says that she loves these colors together.
And I don't know which ones that is, but hopefully it's the ones that are up here, because we do get a little bit of lag time. And if we did gender reveal in the blues, I think it would be fun to do it in the white gold. So let's go ahead and take a quick camera shot of that. There we go. and I highlighted it with a little accent of the sapphire blues.
Up there in the veil and right
Yeah.
at the top where I don't think we ever heard what the name of that was.
Maybe there is not a name for it. There's a name for everything though, isn't there?
There is. So, and Margarita says, what about Roscoe? Which really I'm not sure what that means, but I just want to let you know that in case that was some sort of secret message you two have with each other.
No, I really don't know what Roscoe is. Maybe you could tell us what Roscoe is.
That's right. And then
Maybe rose gold.
That's it. Rose gold. You're absolutely right. She corrected that the next one down.
So, hey, what if you did rose gold and then you did the baby reveal in pink?
That is so pretty though, those two
Oh,
colors.
what if you're having twins?
Oh, and they're going to be each one gender?
Two different genders.
Or each one gender. I mean,
now you're getting
two
just
to pick from. So.
Yeah, now you're just getting silly.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like Valentine's Day is catching up with me.
It must be because we were silly last night too.
I know we were.
Okay, let's change that all to the pink spinel, which is a real stone and can also be a synthetic stone. There you go. And that's very pretty too, that color. And I love it in the pink and the rose gold. We'll quickly do a rendering of that.
It's really very
My
sweet.
goodness, that's small. Oh, that's too small.
All right.
There we go. I did.
Starting again.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed the maneuvering of the metal tonight.
The metal maneuvering this evening.
Yeah, metal maneuvering. And I hope you have a nice umbrella like this to use outside.
If my umbrella was made like that, I'd be okay with it being very tiny. I would get wet for a beautiful piece of jewelry like that.
I agree.
Whoops, that would just almost not, it would not fit Trixie, but I'm sure she would also love a beautiful umbrella, but she would not like to get wet.
No, she would not. So I think we'll go back to you because I think we're running out of time quickly.
All right.
And thank you so much. Yep.
Okay.
I'll save it one last time.
Oh, she tricked me.
No, I just saved it. I'm all good.
She said we're ending this. And then aw, I cut you off. That I did not want to do. Okay. So we have our free pearl diving, which is going on through Saturday, where with any jewelry purchase, you pick one of the oysters from our tank that's set up in the store. And then inside is your lustrous, genuine pearl. And we also have a free pearl cage necklace for you. In fact, there's several styles to choose from, so you don't need a swimsuit or a wetsuit to come on in and do a very fun event that we enjoy having. I don't know when we will have it again, so do not miss out on it this time. And then, as Tracy mentioned earlier, we have our friend and award-winning gem cutter, Clay Zava, will be in the store for one of his twice a year amazing gemstone experiences. This is going to be on Monday, March 18th. We will have two sessions, one from 12 noon to 3 p.m. and one from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Right now, as of tonight, there are still seats available in both of the sessions. However, you must register to attend. You cannot attend without registering because there are only a small amount of people who can attend this event. If you see the picture here, you can see that it's a very small space, and it's Clay will be passing around about 50 different gemstones that he himself has cut in the last several weeks. So it's really a neat experience. And so just call our store to register for either the 12 noon or the 3 p.m. I'm sorry, 12 noon to 3 p.m. or the 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Session. And then next week, we will have our live online fine jewelry sale. Once again, it'll be show number 376. That is our 376th live show on Facebook. That's amazing. And someone will win a piece of diamond and gold jewelry valued at $500. So that is March 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, as we do every Wednesday night. And then a week from tonight, Tracy will be once again having one of her live custom jewelry design alongs. And she will create a piece of jewelry from scratch while we all watch. Plus, we will give away a necklace valued at least $100. So that starts on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and you do not want to miss out on that. All right, so I have the winner for our necklace that we're giving away, and it is this necklace right here. And the winner
Excuse
is
me.
okay, great.
Yes.
The winner is Michelle Jones. Michelle, congratulations. A round of applause for you. And Michelle, you happen to be very lucky on this show.
Yes, yes,
we've
yes.
done more than 300 shows, so I mean, but it's wonderful. Once again, you will be winning a piece of fine jewelry from us, and we are so glad to give that to you as our gift. Now, we will be having our pearl diving, free pearl diving Friday, which is tomorrow, and Saturday. So we don't want you to miss that. We thank you all so much for supporting small businesses, including our small business. We love the camaraderie that we have all made together here. And we appreciate you so very much.
We do. Thank you.
Yes. And so until we see you again, either in the store on Friday or Saturday, or next week on our Wednesday night live jewelry design along, we remind you to stay sparkly. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
To schedule a free custom jewelry design appointment with Tracy, simply call or text us at 386-252-0010. Your appointment can be in person at Masterpiece Jewelers or online over Zoom. It's your choice.